New Michigan laws take effect. Here's what to know. CBS Detroit. Michigan lawmakers passed several new laws last year, many of which take effect Tuesday. Most of these laws take effect on February 13, 91 days after the legislature adjourned for the year in 2023. They adjourned a month earlier than usual, so certain legislation, such as moving Michigan's primary, could happen sooner. The laws revolve around gun safety, minimum wage, LGBTQ+ rights and more. Here's more on some of the laws that take effect February 13th. Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed several gun safety laws a few months after 3 students were killed and others were injured in the Michigan State University shooting on February 13, 2023. Now, a year after the shooting, they take effect. If a firearm is left unattended, Michigan residents will now be required to store them unloaded and locked with a device or in a locked box if it's reasonably known a minor could be present. The cost of gun safety devices will also be lowered to ensure gun owners can safely store them. In addition, universal background checks will be required for all gun owners. Red flag laws will also go into effect. They will prevent individuals who pose a risk to themselves or others from possessing or purchasing a firearm. A new law will prevent people who have been convicted of domestic violence from purchasing, owning or transporting guns for 8 years after they were sentenced. New laws will repeal Michigan's right to work law, which was passed in 2012 by a Republican legislature. The right to work law allowed individuals in unionized workplaces to opt out of paying union dues and fees. Michigan was the first state in decades to repeal its right to work law. The prevailing wage law will also be restored, after Republicans repealed it in 2018. It restores the law that requires any government-funded project to pay workers union-level wages. Among the new laws taking effect Tuesday is an expansion to Michigan's anti-discrimination law, which will provide protections for LGBTQ+ residents. The legislation signed by Whitmer expands the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act, ELCRA, which prohibits discrimination based on religion, race, color, national origin, age, sex, height, weight, familial status or marital status. The expansion includes prohibiting discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity and gender to the act. This will prevent residents from being fired from a job or evicted from their homes because of how they identify. In November 2023, Whitmer signed the Reproductive Health Act into law. The package of bills repeals politically motivated, medically unnecessary statutes that criminalized nurses and doctors, forced healthcare providers to close, raised costs for patients, and restricted access to abortion, Whitmer's office said. This will help expand access to abortions after Proposal 3 was passed, repealing the 1931 abortion ban. Among the laws taking effect Tuesday are climate bills that were signed into law in November. The law will lower utility costs for families and small businesses by improving energy efficiency and waste reduction programs. In addition, Michigan's air, land, and water will be protected. By 2023, Michigan will produce half of its energy from renewable sources, 60% by 2035, and all energy from clean sources by 2040. The clean energy laws will authorize the Michigan Public Service Commission to streamline the permitting of utility-scale clean energy in the way they currently do with other energy sources.